did it. You just plugged it in and did it. Just want to make sure.
No, I haven't. Do that on the screen. Oh, we'll see if it blocks him. I used that first one on that list. Huh. Yeah.
What's the cam over here then?
The screen, yeah, this is for,
Does this have a billion lights?
yeah, there's a whole other.
That's the bottom of
Public people here. Plus, make sure people are closer to it. But for that level, the issue we're having is will not run this. What is that? That's the mark. That's what controls the mark. That's the manipulator? Yes. That's what controls the mark. Why?
Well, it says data and TV charge. So it does say it'll work for data.
Oh, oh, I think it's out here. Oh, I think it's out here. I think it's right down here. Sure, sure. It's right down here. Sure, sure. Don't you feel better already? Don't you feel better already? I told you you would. I told you you would. Testing, 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 testing. No, he turned it on. Testing, no, he turned it on. Testing, testing,
Yeah, it's still in.
testing, testing. Does she have like an indicator? Does she have like an indicator?
I don't know if you
How's
can
my
hear
hair
her,
look?
but I got,
That's important. How's my hair look?
okay.
How's my hair look? How's my hair
Your
look?
hair looks marvelous.
Yes, yes.
Hey, hey, talk a little bit, Trish.
Testing, testing, testing. Let me try this. Let me try this. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Keep testing. Good evening. Keep testing. 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 Help me. Help me. I guess I just have to talk louder. I guess I just have to talk louder. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, I am so thrilled. I know we all are thrilled. I know we all are thrilled. Everybody that made the effort to come out tonight with all the ice and the snow. Really, really appreciate it. And I'm sorry for the late delay, but we had a few technical difficulties, but thank heavens we have excellent technical support. We're trying out some new microphones for our live stream, and we do stream live on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I don't know, a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of live streams, and so it's amazing, really. And that would be Amanda that manages the live stream, and Brad is helping with all the electronics, and thanks to Jeff for helping us to get the microphone working. So thanks to all the technical support tonight. So welcome, welcome. One of the things that I always like to start the meetings with is a welcome to everyone. Our meetings are open to everybody. This is a nonpartisan group. This is a nonpartisan group. We value different people, different perspectives. And we believe everybody that comes here can contribute. And we really want to thank all of you for coming out tonight. How many first timers do we have? Please raise your hand. Oh, awesome. Oh.
So it's like what, 10? At least?
At least 10. We have an action-packed agenda. Now, I know a lot of you may have come for the bingo. I know some of you may have come for the bingo. We don't have it on the agenda because we think we have too much to do tonight. However, Janice said she did bring it if it was like massive demand for it. So in case we have a huge clamor, we'll roll it out. But I don't think we're going to have time. We have a lot of. Oh, like everybody does it. Okay. All right, let's get started. Well, we have our treasurer's report. And yeah. Everybody in that? Eric's got a thumbs up.
Talk
Great. Okay, get it up there. No, you keep talking, Matt.
Just gonna hook that so the.
All right, we're all set now. I also want to thank you all coming out, especially the first timers. You know, this group is growing leaps and bounds. We appreciate every single one of you. I personally appreciate the donations that are coming in on a regular basis because we can now have a budget to work with. Can you hear me now? I'm trying. Okay, we're in really good financial shape right now because we have a steady group of donors who contribute on a recurring basis every month. So we appreciate each and every one of you. For those who haven't donated, we're always accepting donations. we're not gonna ask you for donations because we know times are tough. But we've got a donation jar over here if you're feeling so inclined. Or you can scan the QR code and do it online. So, we've got lots of things that we want to do. We have spent some of your money, for example, on renting this space for another 3 months this year. We're also working on locations in Marietta. We're gonna continue to grow, so we'll need bigger spaces. So if you have any ideas, reach out to one of us and let us know. And we're gonna keep on growing. And we've got things that we're working on. We just had a strategic planning to kind of map out the next 6 months to see what we might be doing. We're gonna ask for some participation from you as we get further into the meeting. So with that, I'm gonna hand it back to Trish.
And we're gonna start out with the local interview. Okay, we have some folks here tonight, that are here for a petition drive for the Parkersburg sanitation, effort. And if they would like to come up and talk about that a little bit. I did get their, the petition graphic up here on where to go to sign. And I assume that you all have some petitions back there? Excellent. Excellent. Would you want to explain it or come up here and talk about it, or? Eric! Eric, I do know, you can count on Eric, he never misses a chance to talk.
You gotta hold it right up about. Okay. Myself, hear me?
Yeah.
So the sanitation effort in the back, and I'm so happy to be talking earlier, and they said if they want someone to talk into the microphone, you guys. So up here you have a schedule of places that you can go, dates and times you can go to sign the petition. And what the petition is about is actually rescinding the ordinance that City Council's already passed, the mayor's already signed, to award a contract for trash collection to Waste Management, a private entity. Okay, so that was, they really hurried through that. They took public feedback, but it was kind of performative. And they rushed into privatizing or contracting out this service, which really should have, in my opinion, stayed with the city's sanitation department, right? So if you would like to see that ordinance rescinded, what this petition does is if we reach a certain number of signatures of registered voters in Parkersburg on this petition, then a ballot referendum can be placed on the ballot this election cycle, and the citizens of Parkersburg get to vote on that referendum if they would like to rescind the ordinance that's already been passed by council and signed by the mayor for waste management. I think if we do that, especially if we're able to get the right number of signatures, it'll also put pressure on them regarding recycling. So the first reading of a recycling ordinance, an amended recycling ordinance, is this coming Tuesday, February the 10th. But that's just the first reading. So if they could see, because the due date is not long after that for this, if they could see that people would like the opportunity through this referendum to rescind the ordinance that awarded the waste management contract,
then before the second reading of the recycling ordinance, they may take a step back and reevaluate where they are with that as well. So, and that's a contracting out privatization effort as well. So, and would result in the closure of our municipal recycling facility in Parkersburg, which is very popular. So anyway, here are some dates and places that you can go to sign this petition. You can also sign it back here with these folks if you're a registered voter in Parkersburg. And they also have volunteers who have been going door to door, and looking for information of people who are interested in signing. So we're hoping that we reach the requisite number of signatures in the time allotted. So is there anything that I've missed? Okay, we could use some more volunteers to collect signatures. Yeah, and if you could give your information to these ladies back here, if you're interested in volunteering. Meryl?
What is the number of signatures that you're trying to get?
My understanding is it 2,700? Okay, it's, last I
That
looked,
sounds
it
about
was a
right.
little over 2,700. 2,700 and change. Now, I'm not sure where they're at right now. It boiled down to 15% of registered voters as of the last regular election in 2024 in Parkinsville. So I think it's 2,700 and something. So 3,000. Which, yeah, you want to overshoot and get 3,000. The goal is 3,000. So thank you.
Thank you. We also have another initiative underway. We have a petition that's been filed. It's before the Public Service Commission. The comments are still open, and this is the number for the petition. If you'd like to go to the Public Service Commission's website, and I have a copy of it here, if you'd like to look at it and read it. But it's relative to the same issue around the Parkersburg sanitation outsourcing. And is Carol here? And we do have information if anybody has any questions about it. Carol's here that she could answer any questions about that. We'd appreciate it. I think we also have other opportunities to go online and do comments. And we've actually seen where we've had results with doing this. So I think it's something we can all do from home, especially when we have bad weather and it's cold, that we can all go online and at least make our opinions known through the comment process online. So and this is one of them, opportunities, and we'll be talking about others here in a few minutes. Do we have anybody here that wants to give us an update on the Washington County, Ohio injection well efforts? You got to push really hard on it. What happened to the other one?
So far, can you hear me? Hello. Anyway, so far,
Here.
we're still dealing with obviously the injection wells. What has happened and transpired is that the group that is holding accountability for getting these injection wells, they want a moratorium on them to do more research for the next 2 years. So hopefully they're working on that. But they've also filed an ethics complaint against Brian Chavez, who is our representative, Senate representative for the state of Ohio in District 94 in Washington County. So that complaint is saying that his seat on the Energy Commission in the state of Ohio has garnered him money. And so he's using his position to gain more money in his pocket. So hopefully more things will be coming out soon on that one.
More to come, and I'd like to be able to get. Why is my voice so much louder?
It worked for like 2 seconds.
For 2 seconds.
Yep.
This is bad.
Yeah,
This
I
probably.
think there's a short in it.
I'm shocked.
We'll bring her in next time.
And so I'd like to get somebody from the people fighting that battle in Washington County at our next meeting up in Marietta next month, so we can get more information then. Oops, went the wrong way. Get back up here.
I'm not sure much more I can actually say to what's going on in Springfield, other than the fact that, thank goodness, a judge has put a hold on the TPS status. So for right now, Springfield is safe. How safe that is, I'm not sure. But we do have this flyer here on the table, so you can get more information to donate to Springfield. I'm not sure how many people, does everybody know what's going on with ICE in Springfield? Okay, so Springfield, Ohio, obviously you all know J.D. Vance and his dog stuff, the lies that he, said it was okay to tell. Anyway, so Springfield is a very huge Haitian population. They were brought here 10 years ago or so when they had their big earthquake and given temporary protected status. So Trump and Nome, they're removing a lot of those temporary protected statuses for immigrants. And with that big population in Springfield, ICE was supposed to hit yesterday to start these mass roundups and deportations. So right now, the people are safe. However, they're doing fundraisers and taking cues from what's happened in Minnesota to try to combat what's going on. So there's a flyer up here on the table if you'd like to take that. I did hear Red Wine and Blue last night raised over $100,000 to be able to put towards services that they need. There are people there working on making sure that they have homes for kids that end up being left behind. So they're really working on that, and I would definitely go and look. And if you can give or offer anything, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, and we'll, as we get more information, we'll pass that along through our communication methods as things develop. Here's the next opportunity I had to talk about ways we can influence what goes on at our legislatures. Did you want to talk about this at all? Is Marley here? This is for your legislative update. I really wanted to focus on the fact that it did seem to make a big difference in the Charleston Gazette. The comments, there is a lot of people don't realize this. You can go on to the legislative page, and I'll pull it up here in a second, and make comments on legislation that's pending down in Charleston. And according to the Gazette article, after receiving public comments on the rule, the Department of Commerce modified the rule that they were proposing. And so they actually credited that with making a change, which I was impressed by. So if you want, you can elaborate on that more.
Yeah. So the public comments you can make on the West Virginia Legislature website, those are only available for House bills. Senate bills you cannot make public comments on. So if it is a Senate bill that starts with SB, those ones are not available for public comment.
I'm just holding this.
Okay. So the public comments, I'm not sure if there are any standards that require people to read them, but I do know that I think it was House Bill 4433, one of the earlier bills in the legislature that was regarding, it was an anti-immigration bill, but I know that I had shared that one with the Wood County Women's Rights Alliance page, and I counted myself, and I think there were over 400 public comments on that one bill in particular. So I think it is helping people actually speak out because it's a lot more accessible and easier to do than having to call or email. However, for the Senate bills, I do still think that the best way to reach out is by calling. Email works as well, but I think calling puts a lot more pressure on them to actually do something about it. And also, I do want to just mention as well that if you want to watch any of the committee meetings, so Senate or House, you can also watch those. They're live streamed on the West Virginia Legislature website. So for the committees, so like the Senate Health and Human Resources Committee, I watched the committee meeting for that one yesterday. So if you want another way to stay informed, that's a good way to do it, is to watch the live streams of the committee meetings that they have on the website.
Thank you. Thank you. And we'll try to pass along any information that we get to give you a heads up to go watch. All right. Pardon? Well, we have several candidates here, I think. Jeff? This is it. See? I didn't spell it right for you, but.
I don't need, when you have a little mic, I'll put it on.
Okay.
I don't need the big one.
All right, everyone. I'm leaving my hat on because I don't want to blind y'all and trying to be nice. But first, let me thank you all for the great work you all have done to try to save our democracy. I'm telling you, it hasn't been a year since that crazy-haired guy from Argentina gifted a bedazzled chainsaw to that South African electric car maker that wants to fix America. Now, I'm not going to name names, but you might know who that car maker is. He's dear old dad to the little girl, XAEA12, his youngest. So, but last year we were down at Bicentennial Park marching for the public debt employees, and then Marietta multiple times, Traffic Circle, the library. Many great events. I was on the bridge and got soaking wet, but I didn't have to worry about it whirling my hairdo. So, had that going for me. But again, thanks for your efforts. I'm here tonight, though, to talk a little bit about the elections for Wood County and the folks that make them work. We have 69 precincts in Wood County, and then a couple little tiny ones that aren't full precincts, but they vote with other precincts. I've been making a lot of phone calls the past few weeks to poll workers. I have a list of around 140 positions to fill. And that list, I turn that into the county clerk's office. Then they take it before the Wood County Commission, and they mass appoint the poll workers for the 2026 primary election. So I'm doing it for one party. I have a counterpart in the other party doing it, and we're all trying to get 2 poll workers for each precinct. So, right around 140. What are the jobs? There's essentially 3 main jobs at the polling place. The first one I'll talk about is usually a more veteran poll worker, the supply commissioner. It's just what it says. They facilitate getting transported supplies from the courthouse to the polling place and then back there. And then during the election all day long, they kind of float around the entire polling place, making sure that everything's running smoothly. So that leaves the 2 other jobs that most people will sign up for: poll clerk, poll commissioner. And the poll clerk job, they basically are the first people you talk to when you walk into the polling place. They look up your voter registration. They will be checking IDs, and they use an electronic device that is not connected to the internet in any way, shape, or form, or any network, but it's basically a tablet that they look up the names, the registration of voters, and then you sign on the touch screen when you're ready to vote there. So if you have basic tablet skills, you can be a poll clerk, and it is a sitting down job. Some of the poll workers pick that if they have trouble standing for long periods or walking around. So I also wanted to, while I'm describing these jobs, I went over the logistics of the vote with the county clerk's office today. And so the poll clerk will hand the voter a ballot and a small voting receipt. The voter then goes to the voting machine, puts in their ballot. It reads a barcode on that ballot to pull up the proper party ballot for that voter. The voter's name is not on the ballot anywhere. So it's completely anonymous in that regard, just a barcode. So once that's loaded into the machine, you've all touch screened and it asks you, are you happy, review your ballot, all that. And then you take your ballot back out. And, you know, if a voter has questions about using the voting machine and all, that's something a supply commissioner might go over and help them with, you know. But you've completed your vote, so you got your ballot that came out of the machine, and you've got your voter receipt still from when you signed in. So you take those to the poll commissioner, the second job, and the poll commissioner takes your ballot. They should not look at your ballot. They should put it down on the table, tear off the bottom of the ballot, and hand you back the large top part where your votes are. And at this point, you hand the other poll commissioner the receipt, that little receipt you got when you registered. They check the receipt number against the ballot stub they tore off the bottom. If they both match up, they hole punch them and string them up for prosperity, you know. And then you, the voter, will take your ballot over to the tabulation machine and insert it yourself. No one else handles your ballot. You put it in the machine and it goes into secure holding that stays locked until it gets downtown and the proper people open it up at the courthouse. So poll clerk, registration, poll commissioner, finishes kind of the paperwork at the end and makes sure that all the proper numbers match up and they stand there. You throw it in the tabulator and you're done. So it gives you a green light when it's red. Those are the two main jobs. So every worker, no matter how many different elections they've worked, they're trained every year, every election year, you know, and that's due to the law changes, which that will be part of the training this year, as well as any changes to the equipment or software. So poll worker training for the primary election will be held on Tuesday, April 14th and Thursday, April 16th. They do it at that brand new shiny resiliency center down here on 328 Second Street. Starts at 5 p.m. goes till about 7:30 p.m. and they will assign you. They will send you a letter that you're a poll worker and assign you one evening to go. You have to go to one session. And if you need to change it, they do allow some latitude to, if you're supposed to go on Tuesday but have to work, they would allow you to switch over to Thursday. Workers are paid $25 for the training course, and then they're paid $175 for working election day. And election day, Tuesday, May 12th. Polling sites open at 6:30 a.m. They want poll workers to be there at 5:30 a.m. So polling ends at 7:30 p.m. And I would say if you're lucky, you get out by 8 o'clock because everyone works together setting it up, tearing it down. Then it kind of becomes the the responsibility of the or the supply commissioner to get everything back downtown, and then the poll clerks and poll commissioners are done for the day. So it is a really long day. Uh, we do have early voting here in Wood County. Uh, Probably half the votes cast are cast in early voting in our county, somewhere around there. And that starts right here in Judge Black Annex. Uh, Wednesday, April 29th, runs through Saturday, May 9th. Hours of voting are 8:30 a.m. till 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. Those are the same hours that the county clerk's office or the courthouse is open. And then on Saturday, voting is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And that's here at the Judge Black Annex. We also have community voting sites, and you may have voted at one of them. You can vote anywhere in the county, no matter where you live. So maybe somewhere, maybe where you work, an early voting site like Lubeck Volunteer Fire Department or Mineral Wells Volunteer Fire Department, Deanna Community Building is a popular spot, and Williamstown City Building. Those satellite community voting sites are only open 5 days though. They open on May 5th, Tuesday, May 5th, and they run through Saturday, May 9th. And they're the same hours as down here at Judge Black. And for folks that end up working early voting, they're expected to work all the days at their particular sites. If you work at Judge Black, they want you here all 10 days. If you work at one of these other community voting sites, you have a 5-day. And to work an early vote, you have to work the regular election day as well. You cannot, work the early vote and then skip election day. They need all hands on deck. Now, compensation for those that work the early vote is $15 per hour. So, but that's where we're at. That second Tuesday in May, what I run into when I'm trying to fill this are college graduations, parents taking a whole week off to go watch family or grandkids graduate, and just vacations in general sometimes pop up there. People that go on vacation in May to beat the rush, once the season really heats up. But and then of course I've had some folks that just don't feel they're physically able to work the election day anymore, and so we can use some young poll workers. So you cannot work the polls if you have a family member running for office, though. But that's, immediate family, a spouse, a son or a daughter, or a brother or a sister, something like that.
Do we have any poll workers in here that have
There's got to be some poll workers in
experienced
here.
poll workers that you could ask
There's
questions
some.
of?
Oh yeah.
1, 2, 3. We have several poll. If you have questions,
Meryl's a poll worker. She worked at the airport last time. You going to do it again? Okay, I'll put you down.
they seem like they have a lot of fun whenever I go and vote.
Well,
Everybody
that's
seems, it's like a neighbor thing.
well, and that's what you said. Like I appoint 2 people to the polls, the other party appoints 2, and then that's the team that works together to, for the election day. And some places do get into cooking food, bringing crock pots and all that. Other places not so much. But I know one lady.
You work with Janice; she'll bring some food.
Well, one lady that used to work the polls, her main concern to me was not about where she was working or who she was working with, but would they have enough electrical outlets to plug all her crock pots in? So
There you go. Now there you go. Good food. Thank you.
that's what I got. You know, I'm I'm looking for poll workers. So if I can only appoint for the party I represent. So, but if there's any of you in here that want to work the polls, I'd sure love to have you.
Thank you, Jeff. Oh, before we get off elections. Oh.
Just trying to take it home with me.
Yeah.
So the next meeting I can stand outside and say funny things.
We're hoping to get up a team of folks working on get out the vote and registration as we move through the election season. But I believe we have some people that have already filed for candidacy here tonight. So we're not asking them to introduce themselves other than to say what they're running for and their names at this point. But hopefully we'll end up having candidate forums in the future. And if anybody's interested in helping us organize that, please let us know. Who might we have here tonight? Come on up front. Come on, just real quick, just the name and what you're running for.
Hi, everybody. My name is Daniel Miller, and I am running for House of Delegates, District 11. So that includes the Vienna, West Virginia area.
All right. You got to push it hard. Right that button.
Hello, folks. My name is Dennis Rumpel. I'm running for House of Delegates, District 12, which is the
Yep, there you go.
Hello, my name is Marley Umensetter, and I am running for West Virginia House of Delegates in District 13. That is the Washington Blue Belt area and a portion of South St.
Oh,
Hello, my name is Christopher Jones. I'm running for House Delegates in District 10, which is the Williamstown, North Hills, Walker, Deer Walk, that whole encompassing area. Hopefully running kind of like not joint campaign, supporting one of my really friends who really has so just be sure to look for my spring running strong.
all right. Thank you all. Thanks for stepping up. All right, I'm holding on to too many things here. Okay, I see some familiar faces. We've been busy, even with all the cold weather. And Kim is not here. She's in warmer climes down in the middle of Mexico, someplace on a big grand adventure. So I'm just going to cover this real quickly. In fact, Kim, if you're watching, I'm waving at you. We had 3 actions I'm going to go over here. We had an ICE action in Parkersburg. We had 92 people show up on Grand Central in the cold. It was great. And up in Marietta, that was on a Saturday. Then the next day on Sunday, we were in Marietta and we had 115 show up there. It was amazing. It was amazing. And then we had a smaller action with a rapid response where we had 45 people on Grand Central again. So we had three really good turnouts already this month. We have upcoming events. This is a save the date for March 28th. Make sure you mark it on your calendar. I'm not sure what we're going to do here locally, and I'm not quite sure what's going to be going on in other places that you might want to travel to, but definitely mark it on your calendar. And as the graphic indicates, we're not going to sit back and not do anything as we wait for that next major national event, okay? Don't sit, Pardon? 1,000 people. Oh, I like that. That's a good goal. 1,000 people. 1,000 people. But there are things we can do right now. We've gone over a couple of them. Going on to the West Virginia House Legislature to make comments. Going to the PSC Commission, making comments. Calling, writing your representatives. The 5 Calls app is a really good tool to do that. So definitely call, emails. Yeah, sure.
Since I wasn't at the meeting, rapid response.
Rapid response, yes.
I'd like to. Do you have it on here? Talking about rapid response.
No. Well, maybe I did. Nope. I think I already did that. Okay, go ahead. Tell them about that.
All right, so Kim and I have been working on, with a couple of other folks, on getting rapid response groups together. Meaning that she and I are having a hard time keeping up with all this. So what we're looking to do is get other people involved and to have a rotation going of people who you're keeping an eye out for ICE. If you've heard ICE is going to be in town, to send out a message of their incoming terror, unfortunately. So anyway, we're going to have our boxes one in Marietta, one here in Parkersburg or West Virginia area that will have um, security vests, whistles, signs, bullhorns, that kind of thing. And then we would assign you, depending on how many people we have, say it's your turn to figure out where a response is going to happen. So you would take that box with you to our locations. We have designated 2 locations for rapid response type events. So the one we're going to have is at Acme and Green up in Marietta. They're next to Walmart, Kroger, across from the old Kmart building. And the one down here would be at Grand Central, at 800 Grand Central in front of Hobby Lobby in that area. So we're going to try to keep it where, like this month in February, if we've got any rapid responses, we'll keep them down here in Parkersburg, unless it's something to do with something going on in Ohio, or vice versa. So next month we would go back to Ohio for those rapid response events. So we are looking for people to sign up. If you're interested in doing so, please let me know, and I will get all of your information, and we can get you on the list. It would be an organization type thing because Kim is away, so obviously it's hard for her to keep setting these up every month, or myself. Like December, I was sick the entire month, so it's just trying to spread out the responsibilities of getting everything together. So you would be notifying people and just getting it out on socials or getting in touch with our communications team if you've heard something, to say, I'm going to be here this day. We're going to set up, and I've got all the equipment of safety vests, bullhorns, signs, that kind of thing. And we're figuring out a procedure. So we're not going to just throw you onto this and say, here, figure it out. We're going to have everything figured out on step by step on what you need to do, so you're not just thrown to the wolves on figuring out what this is. We've done enough of these to know what we need, so we want to give that information accurately to everybody. Right,
Thank you,
thanks.
thank you, thank you.
I think this will work. Okay.
I think that quit working.
Lori wanted to make note that we will absolutely have a we just don't have location details yet.
Oh, Lori, Lori, which she's watching online.
Yeah,
Hi,
it's on
Lori.
Zoom.
Hi, Lori. She wanted to remind you, and I did mention it, but I'm going to emphasize it, that we will be having a local event here, and we'll get more details out to everybody once we get it all organized. We have a new list of companies. What we've discovered is that money does matter. Surprise. And so you can choose where you spend your money, and you can choose where not to spend your money. See if I can get this link to work. So Amanda was able to get this off the internet and put it together, and we're going to post this on all of our socials, and we're going to keep it up to date, right, Amanda?
No, we'll try.
And so it actually has a lot of information about companies and the contact information and a script that you can use when you talk to them about why you're canceling your subscription or you're changing who you're shopping with. And it has suggestions on who you can replace the company with. So it's very helpful. We have a paper copy of it here if you want to take a look at it. And we're going to post it online so we can keep it up to date, and you can follow along on the latest. I'll go through it real quick. We've got Amazon, AT&T, BP Oil,
Citizens Bank. There's about 3 pages on here, but there are alternatives, so you can make choices. Comcast, Dell, Enterprise, FedEx, Hilton Hotels, Home Depot, Lowe's. I don't know who that is. Toyota, Marriott. Anyway, if you get down through here, it looks like, oh my gosh, we're in the world is left, right? But there are places you can choose as alternatives. And the good thing is we can do the best we can. The other good thing is we actually have some local businesses that we want to start plugging at these meetings, and when we can. Back to that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There we go. Thanks. And we wanted to give a big plug to Sips Coffee, the coffee truck. They have a schedule. They go back and forth between Bicentennial Park, right across from here, and they go up to Marietta and Ann Street up by the hospital. And Sips Coffee Truck is passing out some really great stickers. They're giving them out for free to put on your coffee mug that say, does anybody have this? The only ice I want is in my coffee. So they've been passing out those stickers for free, so we wanted to give them a plug tonight. All right, we have some work for you to do now. They're gonna have to yell.
I can yell. I'm a good yeller. The steering committee got together a couple of weekends ago, and you might remember we did this exercise. The very first meeting that we had, we started in June, and we're now in February. So that's how long we've been around. But the very first meeting we had everyone write on a sticky note what their priority was, and then we posted some ideas and had everyone put their sticky where they thought it belonged. This is a similar but a little bit different. At our steering committee meeting, we tried to drill down what were the 3 most important things we could focus on over the next three to 6 months. We picked three topics. We wanted to increase voter registration and voting. If any of you are unfamiliar, there's a website called vote.org. Vote.org. You can register to vote there. So if there are people that you know who are not registered, you can start ahead of time before we even get started on it as a group. Get them to register on vote.org. Make sure they roll down to their state, and then you can finish your state registration as well. So that's very important. But one of our goals is to increase voter registration and to get out the vote. The second goal was to broaden the scope of our actions. That means we spend a lot of time on protests, but we also want to do things like write postcards. If you've been to our meetings before, you know we have written postcards to the Virginia campaign. Last time we wrote to a bunch of folks in Georgia who were registered voters who had not been voting. And we did that through the Informed Voter group. They send us the postcards for free. We have you guys fill them out, and then we pay the postage to get them mailed. But so that's an example of broadening our actions. Postcards, telephone trees, anything like that that you can think of. The third thing was it's supposed to be involvement. There was a minor spelling mishap. Increase involvement in our teams and our membership. So, we have several teams here. We have an action team who plans our protests and our actions, our outdoor actions. We have a communications team that makes sure every social media known to man gets updated whenever we do something, and also gets our press out. We've had great coverage from the local newspaper and the TV station. We've been very lucky to have them come to our events. And, you know, sometimes we get discouraged, but a free press is a two-sided press. We just have to remember that and bear that in mind. And that's what we want in our country. I'm standing up at those protests so that the people who disagree with me can say what they want to say, as well as I can say what I want to say. So, um, but so we have several different teams, and we want to increase our membership. So, what we would like to ask you tonight is to write any ideas about how we can do any one of these three things on a sticky note. And then we want you to bring your sticky note up here and put it on the poster that goes with your idea. And then we will drill those down. Just because we made these our priority, it doesn't mean we're not going to do other things. We just needed to pick three things that we could really concentrate on and kind of drill down. Anybody have any questions? Yes. Uh huh. We we very much use Signal, and one of our goals is to get all of you onto Signal. Um, our individual teams communicate with membership through Signal. So if you're on a team and a part of our organization and on a team, you are on a group chat on Signal with your team. So getting on Signal is very easy. If you're not on, you download the app. It's that simple. It's very easy. And then once you're there, we can add you to a group so that you're in our group. Um, we use a text messaging service as well. Once you register with us, if you elect to get text messages, and some people elected email, that's fine too. We'll send you an email. But if you elect to get a text message, most of you, the ones who are regulars here, got a text message today that said there's a meeting tonight. We're not going to bug the heck out of you. But if there's a rapid response, if we need to have a protest tomorrow, we're going to send you a text message and say, this is where we're going to be. We hope you'll join us. You can opt out at any time. All you have to do is type stop and you're out of it. So if you get on and you don't want to be on, you can get out. We're not locking you down for life. So, so for right now, write down what ideas you have about any of those three topics. If you have more than one, that's great. And then we're going to have you come up and stick your sticky note on the thing. Thank you very much.
Are you going to invite us up?
Invite you. Yeah, yeah. Well, and it's very, yeah, it's very, very visible. Yeah, yeah.
See this area from the
Yeah, when you're coming off the bridge.
on and off the bridge. I think you can see some of it from the road. You can't see a ton of the road, but it's not like you can see us anywhere in the
Yeah,
park.
yeah.
And if and at the end, people can go out and stand along bridges. Yeah.
We don't have very many ideas. Does no one else have an idea? We need ideas. Okay. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's a great idea.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys. We appreciate the input.
So we had 1,000 last week. So I'm thinking at this time, we're gonna have, we had 1,000 last time.
Oh, it's around. Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't, no, please.
Will you pass these out? Janice, will you pass these out? Like, just down the rows, because I'm going to ask those questions. Why do you come? What do you want out of meetings and have them pay?
No, this is easy to forget.
The next exercise we have for you is you have a index card in front of you. There are three questions. The first question, why do you come to these meetings? The second question, what would you like to get out of these meetings? And the third question is, what might you do to bring others in? Tonight we have 52 people here. We average usually 50 to 60 people at our meetings. They're not all the same. We have probably what, 100 and some people registered as a part of our group. About 200 registered members of our group. I'll go over the questions again. Number one, why do you come? If you could number them, that'd be great. Number two, what do you want out of our meetings? And number three, what might bring others in? Alcohol is not an option. Bingo. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And but we won't keep it to ourselves. We'll get back to you and let you know. The question one more time. Why do you come? What do you get out of the meeting? And how can we get others to attend meetings?
Meetings are not. What can we do? And we were talking, strategic planning session. I don't know. Our strategic planning, that we wanted to do some more social activities, like try to set up a once a quarter get together, just to have fun, eat, drink, potluck dinners or barbecues or that kind of thing. And so hopefully you'll be seeing more about that in the future, and maybe ask to help, especially if you're really good at, smoking pork barbecue, I guess. But I do think it's important, as our main goal is to build community, and you can't eat a nice meal together to build community. We appreciate all your input and feedback. That's, we're all about getting better. Anybody have any questions? Did I forget anybody that wanted to talk? Thank you. I don't know who ordered those, but thank you. Oh, those are from, no, thank you. Thank you. Good idea. Okay, I saw some, oh, we have. Yeah. Here. You don't want the microphone? I figured it out now. I don't hit the button. I've been telling everybody to hit the button. Oh, the rapid.
Yes.
Just be like sit at the U-Haul station. It could be setting up. It could be we need 5 people to hold that. So it may not be an entire organization.
Thank you. We need to sign up for the rapid response. We'll be sending out organization-wide.
So what people have to do, people let everybody know. So you will let
But the rapid response, I think you should let them know so that they can get in touch with you for the smaller events. So
Training.
there's some things need training. You'll come, right? Awesome. Yeah. If you're willing to do things, just, should I give you their name? Are you the name collector tonight? Okay. So if you're interested in that rapid response, give her your name and contact info. Your name, and if we already had. Oh, yeah, that was awesome. Thank you. That was awesome. one of the things we talked about in our strategy meeting was the churches in our area are very active politically. And what we talked about doing was building building bridges, building a coalition of, of faith leaders in the community that that we're going to challenge to get involved as well. And I just wanted to play something for you. I was very moved by this. I'm not a real spiritual person, but I saw this, had this forwarded it to me, and I think we posted it on our Facebook feed. But I just kind of wanted to end up the meeting or get close to the end of the meeting with what I thought was a very hopeful message. And if I can get this to run, and hopefully we won't have to watch too much of the commercial for it because it's a YouTube video. So I don't know what we're going to have to buy here. Top 3 foods for arthritis. They know me well. Okay. We have a volume issue. Help, 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 help. If he had a Mac, I'd be okay. Now we've moved on to some kind of Christmas. You know, great. I always have these great ideas, and then it turns.
maintaining stability. Every we must keep showing up for one another. We are bound together because we are all made in the image of God. This begins with small baby steps. As bishops in the Episcopal Church, we promise to keep showing up, to pray, to speak, and to stand with every person working to make our communities just, safe,
so children can walk to school without fear.
So that families can shop and worship.
so we recognize the dignity of every neighbor, immigrant communities, military families, law enforcement officers, nurses, teachers, and essential workers alike. You may feel powerless, angry, or heartbroken right now. Know that you're not alone.
Each of us has real power, community power, financial power, political power, and knowledge power. We can show up for our neighbors, support small businesses and food banks, contact elected officials, and vote, and learn our rights so we can speak up peacefully without fear.
The question before us is simple and urgent.
Whose dignity matters? Whose dignity matters?
Our faith is everyone's, 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 everyone's. Safety built on fear is an illusion. True safety comes when we replace fear with compassion, violence with justice, and unchecked power with accountability. That's the vision our faith calls us to live out, and the promise our country is meant to uphold. In the face of fear, we choose hope.
We choose hope.
We choose hope. By the grace of God, may this season of grief become a season of hope. May courage rise from lament, and love take root in every heart.
Well, that reinforced that that was the right thing to show. I was worried about it. I was I was worried about it, but it really touched me, and I wanted to share it with you all tonight because it really meant a lot to me. Oh, good.
Now they can't announce from Paul, say, but they know who in their congregation is okay about getting information or sharing. And so the ones I've spoken to are very open to me sending them a note or a phone tree and then disseminate it to those congregation
That's
members
wonderful.
that are open.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I that actually inspired me to go and challenge the our priest and going to meet with her because I would like to see a coalition form of people that that believe in that message, and I think we need that. I think we need that in our community. We need that as a message to counter some of the other messages that other people hear.
Well, I was reading an article this morning about Springfield and how this morning churches are taking the biggest
It really is. And I think that, I think there are churches and there are people that would like to get involved and they just don't know how. So we're going to try to reach out as a nonpartisan organization. I think organization to challenge them to do that. So that's what we're going to try to do in the next few weeks is to see if we can get a coalition going. And it sounds like we're already they're ahead of us in Marietta again. So I want to, we have our tech support folks here tonight, thank heavens. And they have volunteered to help anybody who wants to get on Signal to get set up on their phone. And this is what the app looks like. And they'll help you if you need to get help. It is the best way to keep in touch with group messaging. And they can help you set that up. That's Amanda and Brad up front here. They'll be happy to help you get on your app store and get that downloaded. We also have, Sue Owens volunteered to help too. And on the front desk here, we have the text alert QR code so that you can sign up for the text. And our registration, if you want to be signed up and actually registered with the organization, that would be great. This is our social media link tree, which is an awesome thing. It has all of our links to our social media platforms.
But there's also links to Signal
Okay, that's an update. Good. So that's on the link tree too. So that's like a one-stop shop for all information things. And we have a donation program as well. So I want to thank you all for coming out on this cold, snowy, icy night, and keep in touch, and we'll give us your contact information so we can keep you abreast of what's going on as we organize. Some things, sometimes events happen rapidly, and so we need to be able to reach out and let you know what street corner we're going to show up on. Okay. Oh, Jessica.
I had a question on party registered people polls. For those that are non-party, you have to call the Wood County Clerk's election office, and they will put you on a list as a potential fill-in poll worker in case all the slots don't get filled. So there is the opportunity for non-party to work. However, anyone, the other, like myself and my counterpart, cannot assign non-party poll workers in the state of West Virginia.
Oh, and there is a executive committee meeting Thursday night. Yeah, tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. What time does it start?
6:30.
6:30.
Yes.
Where might that be?
Well, I didn't know I didn't want to talk politics, but it's a Democratic Executive Committee at the Building Trades Office, 2400 Garfield Avenue. That's next to the toll bridge, the one that everyone probably avoids now that they raised the rates again. There's privatization for you right there, folks.
That's how that works.
But yeah.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
So thank you all for coming out, and we have still lots of snacks back there. Oh, and don't forget, we've got the sanitation petitions back there to sign and get information on. Oh, yeah. Next month's meeting is at the UU Church up in Marietta on March 4th. And hopefully it'll be warm. We'll see. Hopefully we'll have daffodils by then. March 4th. Thank you for reminding me of that. I was screwing this up myself. I thought I had to hold the button in. I was screwing it up.
Yeah, you were turning yourself off. I think it worked okay.
Once I quit hitting the button.